Hi everybody, I'm Lacy Schoen. I'm going to get into the video this week, but I want you to stick around to the end because I'm going to have a contest for you and there's going to be a free gift involved, so stick around to the end of this video. Hi everybody, it's Lacy Schoen, Real Women, Real Success. Today we're going to talk about the difference between being realistic and being pragmatic. And for me, I'm just going to riff on this topic a little bit because I think it's the difference between being common and being great. And what I mean by that is some of the best things that have ever been accomplished in history have not been realistic. Think about going to the moon. Think about when the Berlin Wall came down. My God, who would have ever expected that? But the right combination of things either happened organically or were put in motion to make those things happen. Some of you have seen enough videos now to know that one of my biggest accomplishments was launching a nonprofit and leading it to success under very stressful political circumstances and during a recession. So there were many people who said that starting the organization was not realistic and that it had been tried by 8 or 9 different groups of people before and had not succeeded. And had I believed that they were correct, I would have been realistic. I'm a big fan of dumb goals, and what I mean by that is dreaming big. And if you have a sense that something you're dreaming big about is possible, it probably is. And it's not so important to be realistic as it is to be pragmatic. So let me give you some examples of what I mean. Pragmatic simply says that you are going to think through to yourself, what are the things that would need to happen for this big, hairy, audacious goal that you have to actually come to fruition? Because realistic, think about it, realistic is different for each and every person. Why? Because they're viewing realistic through the lens of what they are able to accomplish, through the lens of what they know. And if you watched my video last week, which I hope you did, I was really encouraging you to understand that you are an expert in you and your experience, and nobody else can quite understand exactly your expertise, especially if you've been in your career for a while. If you're in your mid-30s or on up, you've got some experience and you've had some expertise built up over the years that nobody else has. And sometimes we allow others to tell us what's realistic when in fact we're probably a better judge. So it's important to get feedback. I'm not suggesting that it's not important to get feedback because it gives you ideas on how to carve a path out. But you'll get those ideas in terms of how to carve the path out in a pragmatic way. Here's some things you have to ask yourself. Who do I need to be on board and to put in effort to make this thing happen? And who those people are, and also what they would need to do. And, think through, is it possible that they could be encouraged or influenced to get to that point, to actually be that force for making your big, hairy, audacious goal happen? And chances are there's a variety of people, maybe a variety of organizations, maybe a whole network or web of things that would need to happen. But you can be pragmatic about assessing, can all those things actually come together? And can you either make it happen yourself or tap into those who can make it happen? Now, let's say you need to tap into someone that is a piece or part of that pragmatic plan to make something happen. Here's a question that I love to ask, and I think it's really, really important to phrase a question this way to people that you need to get on board for your big, hairy, audacious goal. And I often don't ask the question, is this something you can support? It's not that it's a bad question, but what I want to know is I want this person to give me a roadmap to yes, okay? If it's something I'm passionate about, I want to hear a yes. So a better question, I believe, is to ask, under what circumstances could you support this? If they give you a set of circumstances under which they can support it, that is a pragmatic path to get their support, right? So I've done that on many occasions and it's almost never failed me. Unless someone has changed their mind or has been dishonest with you, I think a lot of people would follow through on what they've told you unless circumstances change, and then you may have to pose the question again. Okay, now what would need to happen for you to support this? What would need to happen for you to move down this path? Because then what you can do as a very creative female, entrepreneurial woman and executive and professional is to try to draw a roadmap to bring all those elements together. And that is pragmatic. Is it realistic? I don't know. The only thing that is realistic is, will you go and do the steps it takes to figure out the pragmatic approach to a big, hairy, audacious goal? Because let's face it, do you want to be common or do you want to be great? All women, I believe, have the innate skills to be great. And sometimes we allow too much others' idea of what is realistic to tamp down our goals or our ideas. But if you can be pragmatic about those ideas, then I think you can be comfortable moving towards a path to make them happen, whether they're realistic or not. So I hope that was helpful for you today. I've enjoyed talking to you. Thanks for just letting me riff on that topic. And I hope you go out there and have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Hi everybody, I'm back, and this is the opportunity I told you about at the beginning of the video. You know, those of us in the blogosphere have an ongoing debate about what makes people watch your videos and what kind of background should you have. And those of you who've been watching for a while have seen that I've had a few different backgrounds. I try to switch it up and have it look nice and kind of, you know, pop on the internet so it's interesting to watch. And we got into this debate about what's the best kind of background. And I said, you know what, I'm going to let my viewers vote. And for the person who guesses first the most popular answer, I'm going to send you a free copy of my book, Keys to Conscious Business Growth. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to go through the backgrounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I would like you to email me at lacy@lacyschoen.com. That's LACY@LACYSCHOEN.com, and let me know what your favorite one is. I'm going to look at the order that the emails come in, and at the end of the week, okay, today's the 18th, and on the 25th, I'm going to look at all the responses I got. And the first one that gave me the response that has the majority of answers, I'm going to give you a free copy of my book, Keys to Conscious Business Growth. I look forward to seeing your vote. Now, here's the backgrounds. Here is number 1 that I have behind me right now. Now, here is number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Okay, email me with your choice, and I'm going to use that background for the next month. And the first one to respond who guessed the majority of votes at the end of the week, I'm going to be contacting you for a free book, Keys to Conscious Business Growth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.